Hello everyone, hope you're right. In today's video, I'm going to show you the progress of my patio containers. Here you can see one of my containers, and I have got like 4 patio containers with a little bit variation. This one has got Alyssum, Lobelias, Geranium and a couple of Petunias. Alyssum has done really well for me this year. I'm really happy how it has turned out. It has grown huge and it is filling up the container really well. There are like 3 or 4 plug plants in this container. There are 2 varieties. One is Violet Queen and the other is Pastel Mix. And you can see how well they have grown. So I started them from seeds, and I will include the link in the description box how I started them. And I'm really happy the way they have performed. They are absolutely stunning and eye-catching and very cheerful. I have also got a hardy geranium Himalayan pink, which I started from bare roots, and it has filled up really well as well. It has got small pink very pretty flowers and very beautifully structured green leaves. It has been blooming since mid-June. This is the first year and it's a perennial variety, so it means it comes back every year and it forms a clump which I can divide later on, so it keeps getting like bigger and bigger every year. But this year it's not that big. I planted it as a thriller plant, the main plant in this container, but it's not like standing out as much as I wanted it to be. Overall it is looking great, but once it's done flowering, I may move it into the ground where it can spread itself more like a ground cover. I have also got a couple of petunia plants and lobelias in this container as well, which I started from seeds. Lobelias are doing okay. They are like mixing up with Alyssum and they are showing up as little blue flowers. That's what I wanted them to do. But the petunia plants are not showing up as much as I wanted them to be. They are completely being hidden and I don't think they are getting a chance to shine. So this is the overall view of my patio containers. 2 on this side and 1 trough and 2 on the other side of the wall. These are plastic containers, but they have like concrete finish and they mix up really well with the paving I have got here. So this is the second container on the same side of the wall. It has got Alyssum, Geraniums, Petunias and Lobelias. Alyssum is doing okay. Geranium is doing much better in this container. Lobelia is mixing up with the Alyssum and you can see those tiny blue flowers, really beautiful. And Alyssum and Lobelias just like sparkling flowers. When the sun shines on them, they look like just diamonds or sparkles. And this is the petunia plant which has managed to bloom in this container. Really beautiful flower. You can see it looks like a hybrid. And overall this container is doing better. Alyssum is not that huge in this container as it is in the other containers, and the other plants are mixing up really well with the Alyssum. Look at this beautiful lobelia flower. It's tiny, but it's true blue and it has its own beautiful structure. And look at this cute little geranium flower with raindrops on it. It's absolutely awesome. I can't really find the words to describe its beauty. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm really loving these plants and I think it will look even better in the ground. Moving on to the other wall, I have got 2 containers which are a little bit different from these ones. In this container, I have got Alyssum, an annual geranium, which is totally different from hardy geranium, a delphinium, which I started from bare roots and hasn't bloomed yet, and a couple of petunia plants and lobelia plants. I bought 2 geranium plants somewhere in May, and I planted one in here and one on the other side in the container. It has really beautiful bright red flowers. It didn't bloom for me a long time after planting, and I thought it's not happy in this container. I was thinking of all the possible issues. It could have maybe not enough sunlight or watering issue or whatever, but then it started blooming and it's like so bright and cheerful, and I was really happy with how it turned out. and the foliage combination is absolutely awesome in this container. You can see the dark foliage of geranium combined with the light green serrated foliage of delphinium and like grassy texture of Alyssum. So it's really beautiful and awesome. Moving on to this trough, this is a self-watering trough and I don't have to worry too much about watering issue. We do get lots of rain, but when it gets a little bit dry for a couple of days, then I have to water every day. But this container is doing okay with regards to watering. Maybe it's getting too much water because you can see the Alyssum is little bit yellow and like too mature. So overall, I'm happy with the performance of this trough, and I may get more of these if I can find them somewhere. I've bought it from a local shop, and if I can get my hand on more, I would like to plant some strawberry plants in this trough maybe, and I think they will do much better in this sort of container. Moving on to the last container on this side, it's the same combination like Alyssum, geranium and delphinium with a couple of petunias and lobelias. This is doing really well as well. Geranium is bright and beautiful. Delphinium hasn't started blooming yet. I started it from bare roots. This is the first year. It has got really beautiful foliage and it may not bloom this year. Maybe it will bloom next year, but we will see. We'll still have like 2 or 3 months, so it may start blooming anytime. We never know. So overall, I'm really happy with all my patio containers, how they have turned out. I planted them like a thriller with geranium and like filler with petunias and lobelias and spiller like Alyssum, but Alyssum has completely made it to the peak. Lobelias and petunias suffered a little bit. Lobelia is still mixing up really well. Geraniums, annual geraniums are standing out really well, but the perennial geraniums will look better in the ground, and delphinium hasn't started blooming yet. Overall, I'm really happy with the performance of my containers. This side of the wall is part shade for most part of the day. It gets sun in the late afternoon. The other wall gets a little bit more sun than this one, but you can see the plants are doing really well. With regards to watering, they are tall planters and they stay pretty moist all the time. I just water them when it's dry for a couple of days. I fertilize them like once a month with slow release fertilizer, and that's all. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my gardening videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.